Hi, welcome back to, I guess, the Dylan Rounds community update important video announcement, partially explaining to why the original intended video is not being uploaded tonight. The short story is, once again, I received yet another false copyright claim on my video. And for the first time, I'm trying to appeal the video. Now, normally what I've done in the past was, because I didn't know what to do, I just trimmed out the section which was copyrighted, because I felt like if I tried appealing for it, it could go wrong and it could backfire on me. But this time round, I guess after reading through it and trying to understand, because at the end of the day, it's like a lost dog without a bone, what do you do? It's just like a guessing game and hope for the best, right? So, am I being silenced? Is it because I'm getting too close to the truth? I mean, in the past, I would have jumped on that and said, sure, yeah. I mean, it 100% happened in the Kenny Veach case, for sure. On this occasion, despite some people being insistent that someone in the community maybe is trying to shut me up, I don't think that's the case this time, because I can give you an example of when someone did silence me, or tried to, in the Dylan Rounds case. I'll mention that shortly. Welcome to the live chat if anyone is watching. If not, I don't blame you. It's a bit of a, well, not much to this video, but if you're here, you can talk if you want. So the actual details of the copyright claimer and the person who's claiming like the music used, I think, I'll list down below in the pinned comment section, so you will know who they are and their content, I guess. So I don't know what they think they're doing. It's got to be manual as well to do a copyright claim. You've got to do it yourself. So I don't know how they thought that I was using their music or video footage, because the actual material what I've used, it was copyright free, public domain, the countdown timer. That's the thing that's been copyright claimed, the countdown timer, which you've seen several times, the black screen with the clock. Okay, I got that from Pexel, P-E-X-A-L, Pexel, and it's basically a free stock footage, stock photo website where people upload stuff. It's free to use, no copyright, anyone, everyone can use it. And that's what I've been using for maybe over a year or so. And yet, here and there, there's been the odd claim. And I think almost 100% of the time, it's to do with music. Now, music is very toxic on YouTube when it comes to copyright and all of that. I have used music, but it was from co.ag music, okay? Some British music composer guy. And most of his music, unless listed down below in the comment section, the most part of it is copyright free, so anyone can use it. The big YouTubers have done as well, like top 5, top 10, and then maybe some other channels as well. So there's no issues there. And yet some third-party music company, from the looks of it, have personally claimed that their music, it's titled down below, is being used in my video. And yet 100% with confidence I can guarantee you I didn't use their music. You can check for yourself. You play the music back, you compare it to the supposed copyright music, if you copy and paste it in YouTube, doesn't even exist, the music from the looks of it, on YouTube. So it must be third party. Now, last time when I was using the music called Deep or Deeper, and it's like an underwater mystical music piece by Co-AG Music. On 2 different occasions, I got copyright claimed then, and that was to do with a single piece of music, and it happened 2 different times, different occasions, spread out from one another. And I think it was by the same person twice. And from the looks of it, they were a user on YouTube, an actual YouTube user. And they must have uploaded the video with the music. So then when they saw the music being used elsewhere, they've claimed it as theirs. And then I was caught up in it. Yeah, as I told you in the past, it wasn't even their music. They're pretending it is. It's actually Co-AG who uploaded it like 4 years ago, and this person from a year ago has decided to claim it as they're the creator. So you've got that manipulation, you've got that corruption. I mean, we'll see what happens with the dispute, or whatever you call it, the appeal. It said it takes 30 days, so what, am I just supposed to sit around for 30 days and not make any more videos just in case anything else goes wrong? Seems a bit silly, that. And the claim or the dispute has gone to them, the music producer, so that kind of puts me kind of in a hole, because if they're awkward and are, idiots, if they did that in the first place to get that copyright claim, then like if you do an appeal, they'd probably be very awkward and say, nope, we're going to screw you over. And I don't actually know what happens after that. I don't know if it's like if you like appeal multiple times and they get rejected each time, you probably get your channel shut down or something. Kind of like with the copyright strikes. If you get a copyright strike 3 within a month, your channel's deleted. So I think the same happens with when you appeal videos, appeal copyright. Now, I've not appealed in the past because I thought it was too risky. But I thought I'd give it a try this time, see what happens. I probably should have done it beforehand, but I did it secondly. I don't know if that's messed it up, but I also reached out to YouTube, sent them an email with all the links explaining, kind of like what I explained to you, a bit more deeper with the evidence and proof. Just simply explaining, this was the video I used, copyright free, and this is the music I used, which is copyright free. So, I mean, you can't just have randomly generated music in the background of that video if you downloaded it one time, which had no audio in the first place. You can't just randomly teleport music onto your videos which you've downloaded from the past, which were copyright free and had no audio with them in the first place. I mean, it's like a minefield in a sense. Is there anything else to say? Let's just put that aside for now, and let's get into the argument of, is it possible that someone is trying to silence me, shut me down, or some way? Well, it supposedly happened with other people, so there's every possibility that could be the case too. It could be some fake account, some third-party anonymous one, because they're cowards and doing it that way. But to be honest, because I've done videos previously which could have been controversial or looking too hard towards somebody in a negative way, you've seen them, where it's stirred up drama, all rats showing up. I didn't get a copyright claim then, only now. You know what I'm saying? there's not like a consistent pattern. Though the one time where I did get almost silenced for some videos at least, where you remember the Brookie ones? It was the video where I basically shared Candice Cooley's public response to Brookie, but not mentioning her name, the actual response, and that was on YouTube. Okay, you'll know that, most of you will. And I think I might have done like a couple of videos, like 2 or 3 videos to do with Brookie, the real Brookie, Blues Clues, okay, Kendra Penn, okay? And it was okay at the time, but like if you fast forward maybe a few weeks on, maybe a month later, I received a privacy complaint through YouTube in my mail saying someone has reported this video under this timestamp. And I think it was round the point where I was saying, if you believe that this person is a threat within the case or a disturbance or something, maybe you should spread awareness so other people don't fall for her lies. That's kind of like what I said, okay? And whoever it was, you know, like reported a privacy complaint. Now, the thing is, that video and all of the information provided was of public information on Facebook, on a news article. Nothing private was shared, everything was public, but obviously whoever was behind it wanted to try and bend the rules and get their way in hopes that my video would be taken down. They did try it on several attempts. They tried reporting my video and also reporting 2 other videos. They were desperate. They were really desperate in taking down the Brookie videos. They wanted the coverage on Brookie to be silenced. Was it Brookie herself? Don't know. It didn't say. Could it be a follower of Brookie? Could have been. Could have been a stranger. But I would definitely say, because that was more of a personal one by a individual or 2. And it was directly on YouTube, that one. And someone reached out to YouTube first of all, and then YouTube reached out to me. I would say with 100% confidence, that occasion I was being silenced. Someone was trying to take me down, okay? So that happened then. But as for the one today, that's more, it's still corrupt. It's still being abused, exploited, okay? It shouldn't have happened. But the ones responsible, this like music group, must have a reason for it secretly, unless there's someone in the community that have contacts with this music company trying to do it outside of YouTube so then they can't get tracked or traced the same, maybe. I mean, like, this is the thing. This might be, well, I don't know, to an extent. Let's think. This might be where Pancakes has sometimes gone down the dark road, okay? So, you know, if Pancakes is here at the moment, welcome. You know, the time in the past where Pancakes said he was going to copyright strike me on a more serious level. Did he? No. I appreciate that, of course. But I'm just saying it didn't happen. If he had the opportunity, he had the opportunity. He didn't take it. I mean, technically, as I said, he did allow me previously to use footage of his, so there was an agreement to begin with. But you get what I'm saying. Some people can change their minds, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Though that didn't seem to happen in the end. Though you would have seen with Pancakes, whether it might be getting paranoid of some of his followers, getting rid of some people, or maybe even, I mean, like, what would be another one? Maybe videos of his taking them down, someone calling into his work, someone secretly messaging him. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but there must have been some things with time which have rattled him, made him feel uncomfortable, made him react irrationally on the spot, okay? And that's technically the route I could have gone down, okay? I could have jumped up right now thinking, yeah, 100%, I'm being silenced, I'm close to the truth, I'm close to solving the Dylan Rounds case, it must be because of this person or that person, case closed. I don't think it's to that extreme, okay? I know some of you might have different ideas. If you have a better reason, explanation to prove that someone's out to get me, feel free to list it down below or reach out in some way, of course. What I will do is, if I don't get a response by, let's say, tomorrow, or maybe the day after, I'll just edit the original video and then re-upload it and hope for the best, okay? It does seem like it's getting to that point where if you use any stock footage, if you use any music, no matter how copyright free it is, no matter how much it's in the public domain, if you use any of that material, it feels like it will always be classified as copyright, which makes no sense. So I don't know how or why, where these people have come from. Are they obsessed with me? Are they being spasmodic? Is it yet more roadblocks? I don't know. But, you know, it's happened. There are other videos to cover, but then what it constantly makes me think is, oh, wait, so if I'm getting copyright for this and for that, it puts me off editing videos, it puts me off making it cinematic, because what's the point? You know, if it's just going to keep getting claimed, it's like, it's a waste of time, because all I'll have to do later is take it all out. I mean, like when I was telling you about that 27-minute video in the past to do with Mosaic Michelle, where she went missing from online, and I did that very long video edit with the stock footage. You know, it took a long time to make, like, was it like 50, 60 hours over the course of a few days consecutively. Uploaded it, it was all fine. It was. Fast forward like many months later, I just randomly get a copyright claim. Now, if it was truly genuine, it would have been an automatic copyright ID claim the moment I uploaded that video. You know what I'm saying? If it was truly, I get breaking copyright reasons, it would have happened immediately. Kind of like when Argentina won the World Cup and I uploaded like a short video clip of the winning penalty, and the moment I uploaded it, I instantly received a copyright claim and the video was taken down by YouTube and I couldn't do anything about it. But I kind of understand it, because it, you know, TV, you know, who it's owned by, etc., right? So if it's immediate and automatic, it's probably going to be genuine. And yet this 27-minute video received a claim many months later. So I don't know who decided to try search for my video or somehow come across it. They ended up claiming it. Completely unfair. It was copyright-free material from what I could remember, okay? But at the time, I didn't know what to do, so I just trimmed out the part of the video. So I think the video was supposed to be like 28, 29 minutes long, but it was cut to 27 minutes, meaning the ending of the video was ruined, and it remains like that now, because I had to trim the bit out, okay? And I think at the time, it wouldn't allow me, or I don't think it was as practical, I can't remember to be honest, where you could trim out the actual music itself, okay? And then me talking, narrating in the background would still be there, and so the video too. I don't think that option was around at the time. It is now, But it's like, why should I have to cut out music, which is copyright free? You know, why should I? Because, like, this is the thing. There'll be quite a few people that will say, no worries, it's okay. Well, yeah, it's good that they show patience, they're patient, that's good of them. But that's just a bit, at times, a bit of a weak mentality. Oh, well, never mind, never mind, never mind. What, is this normal? Is this acceptable? I don't think it is. I'm not impressed with it, okay? You look back, you put aside like maybe holidays, certain events going on or background shit and stuff, you think of sometimes the lack of that flow, that consistency broken. You know, I have almost been uploading every single day, as I've said, but at times, the days where I couldn't upload because it was down to stupid internet connection, stupid Wi-Fi, stupid YouTube, not uploading fast enough, delaying things, YouTube resetting my upload from 91% back to 0%, and then having to wait another day for it to upload. You know, bullshit like that. Stuff that shouldn't even happen or exist, okay? I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it was my choice to cover YouTube videos, be a YouTuber, right? And when it comes to, like, let's say resistance, let's say when it comes to negative comments or threats, I'm not like whining about saying this is 100% unfair. Like, if I don't like that stuff, then I've got the option of not bothering with YouTube or disabling the comments. Yeah, you know, I'm okay with that stuff because it's going to happen. It's inevitable, right? Just like with when the positive stuff happens, right? But these other things going on, the internet connection, the YouTube glitches, the YouTube playing up, the apps spazzing out, I don't have control over that. And obviously it's not in the brief of becoming a content creator where it says this will happen and that will happen. Just like with the copyright claims, which are being exploited, abused and overused. And like how I've always said, no matter what humans say in life, video games, online multiplayer video games where you're competing against a real life person somewhere out there in the world, and with some games it tends to be local in your area or country. Believe that, I know. And yeah, well, maybe not you, but with my reality, I've come across some, well, majority of the time now, because I'm on PC, fucking miserable, I've come across some of the most desperate, spasmodic, most pathetic human life form out there. I'm not talking about, you know, criminals. I'm not talking about, like, pure bullies. I'm not talking about, like, bad people. I'm talking about everyday general public, people who you might see face to face in real life, okay? People who might have families, who might have friends or be with someone, and yet you're seeing such a desperate, cancerous side to them, right? Because of in-game. And although there might be nice, normal or friendly in real life, for that split second you're seeing a different side to them. You're not seeing the good in them, you're seeing the bad or the desperateness, the patheticness. And the only reason why humans always brush it away, play it down, is because it's a video game. It doesn't matter. I think it does matter. Not the game itself, but like the platform, the settings, it's online. It incorporates communicating maybe, or just at least interacting with other humans. And you're seeing such a pathetic side to them. Overusing, abusing methods and tactics, right? It just like applies in real life with YouTube. These pathetic, humans or these pathetic established companies or music developers, I don't know who the fuck they are, coming after me. You fucking obsessed prick. Get the fuck out of here. What is your issue? Like, if it was someone direct who had a serious issue with me in the case, leave a comment or a dodgy email, I don't know. Like, even though I might be getting silenced, at least you know directly you're being silenced. I think what's actually more annoying, yeah, actually, I think this is 100% valid point what I'm about to say. It's actually worse getting silenced due to unrelated reasons in comparison to if I was silenced by someone in a case because they didn't want the truth revealed. It's 100% true what I say, because at least if you get silenced in a case, you know you're in the right direction. You know you've made progress. Something has revealed itself, and then you can maybe work around it or do something about it. When it's the unknown, random reasons by random people at unexpected times, it's like, well, how do I avoid it? You can't. If it's with someone or something in a case and you don't like being silenced, or your channel is being harmed negatively, or your stats are being messed up, you've got the option to continue, push on, and maybe it gets worse or it just keeps happening, or you can walk away. Okay, just like how general public humans really encourage, walk away and then at the same time criticize you for giving up. Very hypocritical humans out there. I know all about it. But yeah, you can walk away and then cover a different case, a different topic. And obviously that silence will, not happen again because you've left. They've won. Okay? But in these situations, it's not a case of winning or losing, because there's not much chance. You don't know when it's going to happen again. Does that make sense? It's just random. Things are being exploited. So you could put a lot of effort into a video and then unexpectedly get a claim, and then it's like, oh, well, that was a complete waste of 12, 15 hours of non-stop editing. What a fucking waste of time that is. Now, I want to know if other people have the same issue, right? Because one of those things where you try searching, yeah, there's some, but they're fucking 3 years ago, 3 years ago. What about now? Huh? Is it just magically not happening all of a sudden? Is it only me? Because that's the problem, right? Because there's a lack of things being reported, covered, talked about, when I have a specific issue, problem, technology, in-game, something's not working, you go online, you search about, there's no help. There's nothing, right? I'll tell you one thing. With my phone, with what I record, remember when the audio was messed up, okay? And some people in the comment section said, well, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you checked this forum? Yeah, I did. It was outdated, right? And for the most part of it, people just said, oh, just reset this, reset that, turn the phone on, turn it back off. Oh my God, it's the most regurgitated, most useless advice. Just like almost all the advice I have come across in life in related to like gaming, where people will respond back with advice, okay, in gaming, right? It's just so pathetic how useless humans can be, right? Like, come on, fucking come on. Where is the movement? Where is the action? Fucking non-existent, right? So there was like the odd video or something saying, oh yeah, you turn off the stereo mode in the settings. No one else was mentioning it, just some random Chinese channel. And yet, temporarily, they were more useful than the majority of the human race. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And then what happened then? the noise returned back. It wasn't working yet again. That's typical. You know what I did? And I did explain it. I got a brush and then I just simply fiddled about near the speaker or the volume. And believe me, it didn't really do anything. Like, it wouldn't fit in the holes. It just wouldn't, the brush wouldn't connect with the fucking speakers. But I just, did that, like that. And then magically it's been working ever since, right? Not exactly pro tips, right? It's just guess, and I'm sick of guessing. I'm sick of uncertainty, right? I mean, as for the videos, what I do, that tends to be sometimes uncertainty language, but I make sure it's clear. And, some people don't understand then, well, I tried to explain, okay? So, I'm going to upload the video when I can, the original one. Well, I should say re-upload it, right? I don't know if it will become invalid. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem when you're covering a true crime case. You could put lots of effort into a video, and then what eventually happens is, by the time you can upload it, case closed or new leads, something's been debunked, and it's like, so this video just goes into the trash. That's why you've got to be proactive in these sort of things. You've got to, be relentless with the video coverage and the news, because if you fall behind, you're lost. You failed, right? That's just how it is. So I don't know if the video what I upload maybe tomorrow, if it's even possible, or the day after, is doable or not, right? Do I have to start taking out that countdown timer? Shouldn't have to. Some people have complained in my videos saying, oh, where's the music? Why has it been muted? Oh, why is it so silent at the beginning? It's because sometimes with the countdown, I don't even trust it, right? When we said the copyright thing, even back then, I was still a little bit uncertain because of the whole randomness, the whole uncertainty. Fuck all with stability, right? And there's been times where I've just not bothered adding music in because I just don't trust it whatsoever. So that should clear up people with the moaning about why there's no music at the start of intros at times, because, stuff like this happens, okay? But you can't plan it. You can't learn from, well, they're not even mistakes, are they? But if, you get positive, delusional people that say, learn from your mistakes. How the fuck do you learn from your mistakes when it's number generated almost every single time? Like if you used to do the lottery, you might be able to learn from maybe this or that, but for most part of it, it's luck based, it's uncertain, it's random. You can't learn from your mistakes because there's no certainty, there's no consistent pattern to learn from what went wrong, right? And it's the exact same here, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And, before people start coming out with more excuses, I'll give you a solid reason, okay? So, my first video covering the Wadsworths, okay? Kurt Wadsworth, Troy Scott Wadsworth, maybe Aaron Wadsworth too, saying that the dangerous, the bad people. I was reading the articles, I presented information, text, which demonstrated and explained inappropriate acts and all that bad stuff. Obviously, YouTube doesn't like that. It's not, in their mind, what do you call it, advertiser friendly or something. They don't like it. So the video got, restricted, right? Okay, not great, but I guess it is what it is. I uploaded another video after that, and it was the same content, if not more about that inappropriate stuff, okay, with the criminal acts, okay? And you know the outcome? It was accepted, no restrictions. That's what I mean by sometimes it's okay, other times it's not. So I think we'll wrap it up now. So when you take in mind all of that, how random stuff can happen, but on top of that, more personal attacks have occurred, such as with the Brookie videos. All in all, it's like, well, anything's possible right now. Maybe someone is silencing me, okay? The video what I was going to do? Is it because of the people I was going to talk about? Did someone scout it out? I don't know. I mean, you got to be wary that sometimes probably applies more on other people's channels, right? People become a member, right? That seems good. Support. Some people only become a member to act as a spy. This is the lengths and depths people will go to. Some people will spend money just so they get an upper hand, just so they maybe receive intel. I mean, come on. Like, all kinds of stuff. With the Dylan Rounds case, what I would say is probably not the best place to be if you've got trust issues, okay? It's definitely not the place to be if you've got trust issues. But if you're just covering the case with like a neutral mentality, you're just simply walking on in, listen, don't get too deep, and then you just talk, you cover, you keep balance, you still acknowledge and appreciate, like positivity by people, of course, but you got to be very, very, very wary. It doesn't matter where you are, okay? Dodgy things can happen, right? Small scale, big scale. I mean, if you think about it, okay? Let's think of it this way. People say, oh, you're from the UK, you're making these videos. Yeah, I've received resistance. Well, it's not that bad, it's not the end of the world. Let me ask you a question. What do you think would happen to me if I was from the US? If I'm receiving resistance now, and in the past, present, and future, right? Just imagine how much worse it would be if I was in the US, right? Would I be killed? Would I be kidnapped? Would I have my throat slit? Would I be shot in the head? Maybe. You never know, okay? Some humans would say, you're overreacting. Well, I mean, talking in this monotone voice, does it really sound like I'm overreacting? After witnessing and experiencing 3 near-death experiences, all when I was younger. Of course, all the bad stuff happens when you're most youngest. That's just great to set you off in life, of course, but that's my reality. 3 near-death experiences way back in the past. I'm still standing, okay? Was it directly by humans? No. One was by a dog, one was by sleep paralysis, and one was almost by lightning. So, it's all more like not against actual human force, it's other stuff, right? But sometimes when it comes to natural stuff, like with natural causes, you can't prevent it, right? But somehow my body did, or the timing did. Does that make me very lucky? Not at all. Not at all. Doesn't matter how delusionally positive you are, you're not lucky, okay? It just happened. That's all it is. So you apply that to the Dylan Rounds case, or maybe the Kenny Reach case, and you're there in person, right? The same near-death experiences probably won't repeat themselves, right? But if it's down to humans, which you've not experienced yet, I've not experienced being killed by a human yet, okay? I've not been exposed to getting stabbed or acid thrown in my face, even though the UK is fairly well known for that stuff, People can always criticise America and, put them down, but come on, the UK is a fucking joke, along with other things too. So, it's just alternative items used, end of the day, okay, letting all the people in, whatever. But, yeah, I think if in the US, you'd probably get, I don't know, people coming round, people sneaking in, maybe jumping through the windows, probably doing all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, let's be real. The moment I set foot into this case and I predicted, I will receive resistance, I will be shut down, things will happen to me. That's exactly what's happened, and I've predicted it with time, right? It is pathetic, it is a joke, a little bit laughable, right? And once again, we're seeing it happen again, possibly, okay? So, they're not the most extreme of methods, but you gotta realise maybe there's no need to go extreme in some people's mindsets because of where I am. Maybe in the US, it would have been more extreme. You never know. So, well, I mentioned about some people going quiet recently in my video. I wonder if that's got anything to do with it. Mentioned some negatives about a certain person, but not from me, but relaying it from someone else. Could have something to do about it. You never know. Like, I'll give you an example of irrational thinking, okay? Listen to what I just said. An example of irrational thinking. That example would be such as me reacting, saying, oh, some music company is trying to silence me. I wonder if it's secretly Jim Terry Music, the same place that was swatted by police. Is there some kind of dodgy deal going on in the background? Is it because I made a response video to Mr. X and I may have knocked him down a peg or two because of the way how I worded it? Maybe I embarrassed him. Maybe they got frustrated on top of other things, so they came after me but indirectly and got someone else to do sneaky business. That's irrational thinking, where you pair one thing with another, right? That's something maybe Pancakes may do. It's not always his fault. You know, it might be just the way he is, the way his mindset is, but, you know, we don't need to go too deep there. So, whereas we can all get like a candle and a vigil and say, oh, what a shame. Oh, it's like fucking action needs to be taken, right? Do I blame YouTube 100% for this? Not really. With this particular issue, right? If people are exploiting it, people are exploiting it. The only time it does become an issue where YouTube are to blame if they deny the appeal, if they issue consequences or some kind of backlash towards me. Okay. Now, let's acknowledge it at the same time, because as we do, we always cover all angles and perspectives. Even if there was no attempt made to silence me with this, most definitely, whether it be right now, people in the background, or people afterwards, past, present, people who once had a grudge with me, Kenny Veach community, some of them, or the Dylan Rounds case community, some people within it right now. If they do see this video, if they do stumble across it, whether they make video edits about it, or they just simply comment about it in private or maybe on another stream, most likely they are being entertained and enjoying what they see. They see a downfall, they see weakness, they see that invulnerability coming to an end, if you want to word it like that. That's how people would say it, right? They'll be thinking, ha ha ha, look, karma's catched up. And that would be a good example of false karma, something I've created that term, where bad things happen to the wrong people. Like, an example would be if a person was stood there and you tripped over or walked into a lamppost, broke your nose, the other person laughing. Normally you would expect shortly after that or later on something bad would happen to them. And it's like, joke's on you, karma has been served. Whereas in my reality, if I was the one that tripped over, banged my nose or walked into a lamppost, as soon as I got up after the people laughing, I continue walking and then I get hit by a car and then that's it. That's my reality of false karma. Okay? Hopefully that explains it to you. So we might be witnessing that at the moment. I mean, when it comes to people trying to silence me, all it does is encourages me to keep on uploading, okay? But when it's more external and it's for random unknown reasons and it's just randomly happening, that does not encourage me, okay? I'll probably upload, but I'll be like, fuck this shit, what is the fucking point, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens next. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. being realistic is welcomed as well. Some people could say, oh, well, it's unfair. Well, that's just life. That's just this. That's just shit mentality, okay? I bit my tooth. You know what I mean? Karma. Just bit my teeth when I was talking then. My God, I'm so cursed. But yeah. We'll see what happens next, okay? Better stop talking now before I bite my tongue off somehow. My body's got a mind of its own at times. But yeah, thanks for watching. If anyone did watch, I have no clue. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.